Hey coders! In this video, we're going to check out a cool Go library called GJSON by Tidwall. When working with JSON in Golang, it's easy to serialize and access values using structs, especially when the JSON is small and the fields are limited. However, when you're dealing with large JSON data or when the fields are unknown, it can get tricky. In such cases, we usually work with a map of string of interface to serialize it. But here's where the GJSON library comes in. It helps you access values from a JSON document without needing to define a struct or a map. Let's dive in and see how we can use GJSON to handle JSON data in Go. Now, let's jump into the code and see how to work with this library. Here's a simple Go project. First, let's add the GJSON package to our project. To do that, we can use the goget command with the package URL we copied earlier. So, let's run this command in the terminal. Now, the GJSON package is successfully added to our project. Now, let's write some code here. Now, let's start by seeing how we can parse JSON data into a GJSON object and access its fields. First, we'll take the JSON data in a string format. Then, we can use the GJSON package to parse it and easily access specific fields. Let's declare a variable called JSON string. In this JSON, we'll include a name, an age, and a skills array. And let's take values, Golang and Vue.js. Now, let's parse this JSON string into a GJSON object. To do that, we'll use the parse method of GJSON package. This method takes the JSON string and converts it into a GJSON object. Just use GJSON dot parse and provide the JSON string variable. And let's name our GJSON object as JSON object. Now let's access the name field first. We will just print the name field on terminal, so we'll use println method. To access the field value, we have to use the get method of GJSON and provide the name of the field. And string method return the string representation of the value. Now, let's run the program and check the output. We can see that we were able to access the value of the name field successfully. Now, let's access the age field in the same way using the get method. Since the value is an integer, we'll use the int method to retrieve the integer representation of the value. Now, let's run the program and check the output. As you can see, we were also able to successfully access the value of the age field. To extract the values from the skills array, we can use GJSON's array method, which simplifies the process of iterating over arrays in JSON. The array method returns an array of values for a given JSON path. GJSON also provides alternative methods to access arrays, which you can explore in the official documentation. For simplicity, we'll use the array method here. The array method returns an array of values for a given JSON path. If the result is null or non-existent, it returns an empty array. If the result is not a JSON array, it returns a single element array containing the result. We can then use a for-range loop to iterate through the array and print each value. Now, we can access the elements of the skills array using the get method, just as we did before. let's print the values. Since the array contains strings, we can directly use the string method to get the string representation of each element. Now, let's run the program again. And there we have it! The array values are successfully printed. Now let's update the array and make it array of objects. Now, let's explore how we can access the values of the objects within the skills array. Now the array method will return the objects. This means we can use the get method to access the field within those objects. So let's first print the name of the skill. Just like we accessed and printed the name field, in the same way, let's print rating. Now let's run the program again. As expected, we successfully accessed the fields within the objects inside the skills array. Now, let's head over to the GJSON documentation to explore what other features and methods we can utilize. As you explore the GJSON documentation, you'll find various examples on how to access different types of fields, such as regular string fields, array fields, and more. Additionally, GJSON allows you to query JSON documents and use different comparison operators to refine your searches. The documentation also highlights the various methods available in GJSON, including modifiers and custom modifiers that can enhance your queries. Now, let's head over to the GJSON playground, where you can experiment with different GJSON queries on your JSON documents in real time. It's a great place to test and refine your queries interactively. You can simply paste your JSON into the playground and try out different queries. Additionally, you can refer to the examples provided here. Let's try out some of the queries provided here and see how they work with our JSON data. Here, I'm querying the friends array and applying a condition that the last equals Murphy. Then, I'm projecting the specific field. In this case it is first. Now, let's try different query. The query you try here, you can simply copy and paste it into the get method of GJSON, and you'll get the expected result. It's that straightforward to retrieve the data you need from your JSON document. GJSON provides a powerful and flexible way to query JSON data. With method like get and a method like array, you can easily access values within objects and arrays. By exploring the documentation and using the playground, you can experiment with different queries, apply conditions, and project specific fields to retrieve exactly what you need from your JSON documents. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content. See you in the next one.